Breaking news, we've got some new games to tell you about for the NBA schedule release. They keep trickling these puppies out. We got MLK Day, we got Christmas, opening night, NBA Cup, and now a few more to get to in just a minute with Ashley Nicole Moss and Brad Botkin. But we're going to start at the beginning, opening night. How about OKC raising that banner? First time they've ever raised a banner in OKC, right in front of Kevin Durant and the Rockets.
Brad, you want to take this one first?
I mean,
go on.
It's like I almost kind of forgot that Kevin Durant was such a big part of the Thunder.
What? How could you forget that?
Well,
Mr. Cupcake?
Obviously when you bring it up, but his career has become so defined in the latter half by all of his movement. It has. That's the way that people talk about Kevin Durant now. They talk about him skipping from team to team, looking for the top. Of course, when we bring it up, I remember going back to OKC, but that doesn't quite hit me the same. I don't know if that was. I think it's more that he's playing for the Rockets and it's a big game. And I don't know that the Kevin Durant back to OKC is that huge of a thing anymore.
I do
when
think
it first happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it 10 years now.
I know.
Right?
I mean, I do think it's going to be interesting, though, because you got to think about it in terms of, like, the trajectory of how it happened and how the fan base probably feels about it, right? Kevin Durant, at one point, was their best chance in bringing a championship to Oklahoma City. We all know what happened. They lose in the Western Conference Finals to the Golden State Warriors. He goes to Golden State. He wins not one but 2 rings, and then we know what his trajectory has been since. Obviously, if you are this Thunder team, you're not thinking about Kevin Durant. You're excited to see that banner hung and to get your ring. But if you're Kevin Durant, I would wonder, he may not be honest about it. We'll probably see something on Twitter about it later down the line. But you may have some, I wonder if he's going to have some emotion about what he's watching, that this Oklahoma City Thunder team out the trenches, out of the dark ages of what he kind of left behind with Russell Westbrook and James Harden, got to the point where they're now hanging a banner in Oklahoma City, which this Oklahoma City Thunder team with Kevin Durant on it 10 years ago, a lot of people thought they could have done it if they would have just stayed together, and he, in a lot of people's opinions, jumped ship to go and take the easier route. So I wonder if internally he's going to feel a little bit of that. This is maybe what it could have been had I just stayed, and maybe my career would have taken a different narrative in, you know, the eyes and the feelings of so many basketball people. I wonder if that's something more that people are going to be looking for.
Probably.
I would be curious
he's
if he didn't.
human.
Yeah.
He's taken a beating for all these musical teams, and so to go back and see that, you know, somebody else came here and did it. You know,
and he took the long way to do it, too. It's not like it happened overnight. Yeah. It was a 10-year process.
But and Shea being that guy that did it, where he's still taking that beating that he's never been able to do it outside of Steph.
Right.
And somebody else did it in OKC. Probably. I mean, he would never admit that, but probably.
I will tell you, having family members in Oklahoma and a lot of friends that are Thunder fans, they will be upset about Kevin Durant returning and giving him a lot of flack, as they have pretty much every time he's returned there. So what about this? Maybe not that big of a deal for you. November 24th, Rockets at Suns. With KD going back to the Suns.
Again, it's like draw a name out of a hat for where, I mean, if Kevin Durant's going back to Brooklyn at some point this year. These things don't do, I mean, last year when Luka went back to Dallas, it's like, okay, now we're talking. When Clay went back to Golden State, I mean, the way that Kevin, again, the way that guys move around now, it's just these homecomings don't spark the same to me. So to me, that game is much more. I
expect boos.
That was what I was going to say. Do you think they're going to boo?
Don't be boos in OKC, I think.
I expect boos in Phoenix as well. They don't like Kevin Durant, and KD made it very clear he did not want to be there, and the whole last few months of him kind of blaming the Phoenix Suns fans for the reason that he ultimately went to the Houston Rockets. There's bad blood between them. I expect the Suns fans to boo him.
He's got a lot of how connected KD is to Phoenix.
They still boo Ben Simmons, and it's been like 8 years. They're going to boo Kevin Durant.
If it's going to be, hey, but Simmons, that's one of those things where, like, every time that Simmons goes back to Philly, that's something to me. The way that ended. That could be 20 years from now. And when Ben Simmons goes back to, I mean, Kevin Durant going back to his latest stop is it's like somebody in our business that has it in their contract that they can be on multiple networks, you know, and it's like, oh, look, so-and-so is back on over on Fox or whatever. It's like, who
Sometimes
cares?
bullying's just fun.
It's all over. They're all over.
Hating is fun, Brad.
Yeah, sometimes just fun to be a
Hating is
hater.
fun.
Nah, I'm more interested in watching Kevin Durant and the Rock,
Actually play.
Yeah, like the Rockets are legit. They're good. The Suns are a mess. Like that's more what gets me.
How about this game for you then? Mavs and Lakers are going to be, you know, joined at the hip in a narrative for the next decade plus. November the 28th, the Mavs will go to L.A. Cooper Flagg will go to L.A.
Yeah, this is like your ex-wife meeting your new wife.
Now, great callback. Listen. Now we're talking.
And your new wife's younger and hotter.
No, now you're trying. Now you're trying.
I don't know, but your ex-wife got a new body.
That's right.
Your ex-wife went to the gym in the off-season, and now it's like.
But remember, my Luka re-signed. My Luka re-signed. I'm Dallas. So, anyway, we're off the rails here. But this one, listen, all these guys that move teams around, like. To me, asking when Kevin Durant goes back to the Suns is like asking, does anyone care when Paul George goes back to the Clippers? No. These guys move around so much. This one's different. Luka and AD was such a bombshell that anytime Luka goes back to Dallas for the rest of his career, it's going to be huge. And for the time being, anytime he plays the Mavericks, even in L.A., and Anthony Davis coming back, that's something everyone's going to be interested in watching. That's real history, real shock value.
It's because, you know, remember how much animosity allegedly there was between the Mavericks front office and Luka, you know, fat shaming him and talking about his work ethic, and now he's in phenomenal shape. So it's going to be kind of a revenge tour or a revenge game for Luka, because you're going to see the new heir to the throne in Cooper Flagg in Dallas, but you're also going to see what a Luka who kind of trimmed and slimmed down the way the Dallas Mavericks allegedly wanted him to his entire career, what that version of him looks like. And also LeBron and AD are throwing subliminal messages at each other on Instagram stories.
That'll be the best part of it. LeBron's tweets about how much he wants, you know, loves Dallas. And
let me ask you this though: when it comes to this game, I mean, yes, it's early on. Will this be a barometer of who won the trade?
No, because the Lakers don't look like what they're going to look like when LeBron leaves and Luka takes the reins.
Some people will try to make it that.
No, but this team's going to look drastically different once they start really building around Luka. It's hard. $55 million are in LeBron James' pocket. They can't do much.
I know. I can see our producers now when the game comes up. They're like, we're talking about who won. There's no debate to be had. The Mavericks screwed that up 100 ways. There's no way you trade Luka.
We'll see come November 28th. Our producer is yelling to move on to Christmas Day. We've had this schedule out for a while.
Eastern Conference Finals preview right there, baby.
Okay, let's start with
you. Those are the favorites in the East right there at the group.
Listen, we were at NABJ last week, and a few of my fellow Knicks fans were saying, don't jinx it, don't jinx it, don't jinx it. I don't care. I'm going to go on the record. I'm going to say it right now. August 14th, the Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. That is the preview of the Eastern Conference Finals, and we're going to show the Cavs exactly who runs the East in that game.
Jordan Clarkson and Yabu that much.
The Knicks.
That's what you've added.
Let me explain something to you.
I do love
the East
Yabu.
has never been more wide open than it is right now. I have never been more confident in my Knicks' ability to come out on top and bring it to the NBA Finals.
I'll say this.
Than I am in this season.
Open.
Nobody's going to stop us, not even Cleveland.
It is open, but we are drastically underestimating the Cavs. They were the best team, including OKC. They were the best team in the league for a large chunk of last season. They didn't lose anybody. They added Lonzo Ball. I mean, they did lose Ty Jerome.
Actually, no team has played more
Cleveland should be the favorite
on Christmas Day than the Knicks. Do you have like a tradition for that?
I usually don't eat until after the game ends, because much like the Cowboys, it can go digestion or indigestion.
Yeah, Thanksgiving,
so
Christmas.
I try not to. And I got them both on the same day, which is not fun for me.
February 1st here. February 1st. I got a question for you. As the Lakers go to MSG to face your Knicks, is this the last time LeBron James goes to Madison Square Garden?
As a Laker, sure. I think overall, I'm leaning towards the side that I think ultimately LeBron retires. But I feel like if that's the case, we're going to obviously hear that announcement sooner rather than later. I don't think he's going to not have a goodbye tour. But I will say confidently, I'm still uncertain, but I can say confidently, I think it'll be his last time as a Laker going to Madison Square Garden.
But not his last time. He's not retiring. He's going to end this season. He doesn't like the way, we've seen some cryptic stuff. He clearly isn't a huge fan that they haven't prioritized this season, that they're planning ahead for Luka, which is the smart thing to do. But I think he's going to want to have one last say after this season ends, however it ends for the Lakers, of going out and trying to do something and win a championship with another team. I don't think he's done after this
I think
year.
he should retire, though. I mean,
he's still an all-NBA player.
I'm not saying he shouldn't. He should retire because he can't play. He should retire. He has nothing left to prove. And if he jumps to another team, it's just not great for what I think his legacy is, and that is one of the greatest of all time. Like, you have 4 rings. It's just, you don't need to jump ship to a team that's going to maybe win you another one. Just retire a Laker.
Well,